Hey guys, I wanted to show you this magazine. I got this, I'm going to say it was around January. It was maybe in December. I ordered it and really didn't have time to look at it. And I was looking through it and thought, you know what? I think people might like to see this magazine. So in my trying to discover, how to art journal, I thought this might be helpful to look at. So I just, thought, and Somerset Studio is the name of this magazine, and the company that sells it is Stampington and Company. And it says somersetstudio.com, but there, you may go to stampington.com and you can see everything that's available. Okay, so I'll just do a quick spin through. Let me make sure I'm lined up. So I'm going to order this art journaling. It says art and then journaling, because I want to see these closer up. I think that would be cool. And I'll just go through it fast. I looked to see if this magazine had been flipped through, and it had not. So I may buy it, and then I may just subscribe for the year. I'm not sure. But this was more interesting than I thought when I initially received it. It's hard to kind of go from pre-printed papers to papers that you make. It's a hard transition. You just kind of have to focus. Let me get this straight. Let me look in my camera view. Okay, this looks better. Okay. So this story was about this gifted artist paints these people. She read a book and she created these people from the book she was reading. So now that is a little bit more advanced than what I can do, but I still thought you guys, look, she's gorgeous, right? I still thought you guys might like to see. She's gorgeous. They're all, look, love her hair. And it appears, I didn't read it, but it appears she made cards. Then this one, okay, so what does this say this is? An interactive mixed media journal. So what I'm looking for is more art journaling, but I bought this during Christmas, when I'm doing crafting and all that, and I thought, oh, this would be cool. I want to see what this is about. This one, so you see this is King Arthur. And these are put here so you can, I believe, copy them. And then you make your own. You can either copy them on a photocopier, or you can kind of get the idea and do your own thing. But it gives you the cut and fold shrine. So you definitely can cut this out and make a template and then create these if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. I mean, you could put anything on it. It could be Christmas. I mean, it has a little door. Oh, and then this right here is considered artist paper, and it's different. It's really thick, whereas although this is nice magazine material, it is magazine material. This is thick, I don't know, 80 pound maybe. And then this is the artist paper. So they give you paper to create with. And I don't know why when I looked at this, I must have just been too busy. But because I'm interested in the art journal, I pulled it back out and thought, do I want to buy another one? And after really going through it, I'm like, yeah, I do. I want to try a subscription out. Oh, and then so you can hear my printer going. I printed something out as I was reading through this. I always read through your magazines. They had a free gift if I gave them my email. So this one's cool. I like the colors in this. This is amazing. I want to tag this. Wish I had a post-it down here because I want to tag this and make this. Look at that paper. So beautiful. So this one is called Fragments. I don't know that I would necessarily put vintage photos in it, but I think just to have a journal that looked like this would be amazing. And maybe put my family's photos. So then you get these little share your creation and tag us. Oh, that's cool. So you get these, the next time you're tempted to throw out the binding tape or webbing, think twice. That's what they did. And they gave you, I think these are the templates for your pictures. I didn't really read it that carefully. I just kind of spun through it. This is a creative prompt to spark a new idea. This prompt shared by Jack Ravi and Jane Chip each year. And I don't know if she did, but Jack Ravi did that collage maker summit last year. I thought his was cool. I mean, he is intricate with his X-Acto knife. That is what I remember about him. Okay, do you suppose, how cute is that? Kind of like Alice in Wonderland, but not. I love that. I love that. Love that. So you get really cool ideas because that is the tail of the cat, the Cheshire Cat. Now he's funny, which this is perfect for Easter. Okay, and since this is a past magazine, you can order it, you pay shipping on it. If you pre-order your magazines, you don't pay shipping. So like this one that I'm going to order, I have to pay shipping on. But the ones, it only comes out 4 times a year. So you really got to wait. If you don't get a back issue, you really have to wait. And I think I waited on this and then kind of forgot about it, and then it came, and then I got busy anyways. I'm back on track. So this, like this, it appears never too late to create W. Rabbit and his book stand. So not real sure if it, I can't imagine it shows you how to make him, but it might. I don't know. Maybe you could, there's technique, there's tips. Yeah. So I guess she put the finishing touches on him and then thought he needed more. So she did a stack of books. So, you know, it's just an interesting thing. This, I believe, Fodder School. So Fodder School is going on right now. And Willa Wonders is the channel that hosts the Fodder School and organizes it. And I'm pretty sure she showed tins. So here's Treasures in Tins, My Artful Memories Challenge. So I've been seeing a lot of these tins, and I have some Tim Holtz tins. I think they're behind me. You don't have to, you can go to the store and get a vintage looking tin. Tim Holtz sells cool ones. Now, I am not going to allow myself to get sidetracked with this coolness. I am going, like, wouldn't it be awesome to do kind of like a tarot card kind of thing, get a little bit larger of it? Okay, but enough. I need to focus on my art journal. Say, this is artist paper. So, yeah, it's nice. So who does this say? Designed using elements from Debbie Newman. So if nothing else, if you get one of these magazines and you love one of the artists, then you've found an artist that you can look at their work on Instagram, some of them on YouTube. This, I feel like, this is that art paper. I feel like that could be used with this somehow. And, you know, if you don't have a color printer, run it over to UPS store or Kinko's. Get them to make you some copies. Bring in the pound of paper you want, and they will run it off on whatever pound of paper you want. So I did that at Christmas when I needed something printed. Contents. But for Christmas, I received a printer, so now I can do that from home. And it's that Epson printer where you fill the tank and you can actually watch the ink, and it's very economical with its ink usage. I'm pretty impressed. I haven't printed a ton, but I've printed enough that I can tell as compared to a regular inkjet printer. Okay, snippets in nature, so maybe this goes with this. Maybe this goes with this, I don't know. Designed using elements from Mags Woodcock. And this looks like Lynette Moncrief, but I don't know. Artist Kate Thompson. I guess it was written by Lynn Moncrief. Yeah, so these are cool. Oh, so she does hers on those wooden block things. You know, this like cradle board or something. Very cool. Fragments in Time. This kind of looks like a cigar box. I'm actually working on a cigar box right now. I put my colors, my little pieces in cigar boxes, and I'm working on one. I used some of Dina Wakley's canvas tape, and I gave it a better hinge, and it'll take a little while to work it out, but then I just put a gel print on. I need to do the sides, and I leave the bottom like this because I think that's cool. So yeah, there's all kinds of uses for a cigar box. I had a friend introduce me to someone at a party, and she said, "Oh, this is Nicole. Oh my gosh, she's so creative." And the girl said, "What do you mean?" She said, "I mean, she can take something that looks like it should go in the garbage and make it beautiful." That absolutely cracked me up. And then that girl wound up being like crafty with a Cricut, and yeah, we wound up having a lot to talk about. It was really funny, but that just reminded me of a cigar box. Okay, so this is cool how I would have never thought to use a cigar box as a shadow box. That's amazing. And I have some cigar box pieces in the garage that need to be cleaned off, and I like to spray a coat of white primer on them. It's just easier to work with, like when you're trying to glue something down. And look at this. I do love a box. Okay, so let me go faster. You guys are probably like, oh, well. So they give you these blank pages, and they give you little ideas and how to work. And then this is Peter Rabbit. This one, Mixed Media Meditations on Flowers. That's pretty cool. Really bright. I wonder what that would have looked like on a white background. Like it, I think that would have looked cool on a white background instead of black. Just been very bright. Bright and lovely. Then they could have done her on black. That would have been cool. But look, like you can see how it looks like they painted it's not really a flower, the stem, and then they went in with a paint marker, and then they outlined with a paint marker. Like that is a really cool idea. And then these, like I'm all about wanting to make paper dolls. I made a little deer for my art journal yesterday. I haven't done anything today, but I made a little deer for my art journal yesterday, and I thought this is so fun to do. I need to get them more elaborate, but see now, let's see, Lisa Young. I believe she's in fodder school. I think she's one of the teachers. So she put vintage ladies and then did a cool skirt. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's really cool. And then she just put them on top of what looks like an elongated card, but it's notebook paper. It's vintage notebook paper. And people have written stuff on it, like totals. So she found some notebook paper with totals, and then she put some paint over top of it and then stuck these ladies. That's a cool idea. That's a really fun idea. Ephemera booklets. I mean, for people who have tons of ephemera. I actually do have tons of ephemera. You make little booklets. That's a cool idea. Huh, that is so cute. You could sit that up with that hinge. Yeah, so it's a really neat magazine and gives you lots of ideas. Giving new photos a vintage look. Huh, look at that. I just thought you guys might want me to flip through it, kind of take a peek at what it's about. It's a really cool magazine. I think we should support them. They're supporting all of the artists around, and there's a lot of magazines to choose from too. Oh, look at that. So they hung a charm just from one of those little safety pin bulbs, and this little, like, that's so simple what they did. Sometimes it just doesn't have to be so elaborate, and it is just so cute. Love the owl, love the bunny. And a little raccoon, I think. Okay, and then here is another. So this is page 100. So we've been through 100 pages already. This is another piece of that artist paper, which is awesome. I can't imagine this. I want to lift the book, but then I don't want to get it out of alignment. I can't imagine it showing up as good as it actually looks. Yeah, that's pretty. Like you can tell maybe that's texture pasted with stencil. There's newspaper, swatches. Looks like this was pre-printed paper possibly, and they just kind of did a bunch of stuff. And then this is design elements from Gwen LaFleur. And then this cuteness, look at this cuteness. They used stamp. This is like a cancellation stamp or something from a postal stamp. And then this is notes, a note stamp. This is cute. Look at these cute little trees. Like I'm going to have to try to draw some little trees like that. Love it. And this is kind of getting up more my alley. Seeing circles. Cher Salvatore. Chesterfield. Montana, I think. Missouri. Welcome to the neighborhood. Oh, this is cute. Okay, these houses, oddly shaped houses with paint splattered all over each page. So I don't know who this is. It doesn't say. This is really cute. Really, really, really cute. Look at this, little people standing next to them, little animals and trees, a little moon and a sun. I need to work on drawing a moon and sun face. I like that. I think that's a cool idea. And I always love something with a file tab on it. Ugh, love it. And then this little monkey has wings and a crown. That's cute. Oh, and look at this bird. Let me make sure I'm still in frame. This bird, he's got a butterfly on his eye. Now, see, and look at that moon right there. Well, maybe it's not a moon. Maybe it's just a half circle and it appears like a moon. I don't know if this is cool. Then there's another file tab. And here's a lot to look at really quick. But like I said, I was looking for somebody who had done a flip through Such Sweet Girls by Shar, H-O-S-E-A. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I was looking for somebody who had done a flip through in the art journal, and I saw one flip through in an older art journal, and I was like, oh, I really like that. So I thought, yeah, I'll go ahead and get it. And then Joy in Your Journal, really cute. And this is that artist paper. So they gave you sunglasses. And then this is very soft colors, so this must be from someone else. Super cute. I really like the bright colors. I like the soft colors too. Beautiful and bold. Kisma Riedling. That's cool. Okay, so then it looks like maybe these are just kind of honorable mentions in the back here. I don't know. Maybe it's extras from the artist that did. I don't know. Curiosities. Isn't she pretty in that dress? I think that dress was maybe drawn on, kind of painted on. Okay, but it just gives you ideas. Like, I love these. I love all this blue and purple together. Then lavender. Pretty. And then whatever these are, I haven't really, I guess, grids for you to create on. And then maybe do swatches. Fall vibes, that's cute. And it's in the details. So just more inspiration to look through. Oh, I did read this. To make a stamped image look 3D, first stamp it in brown ink and then use black ink to stamp the same image a little to the left. And I thought, yeah, that would work. That's a good idea. Why am I not doing that? Probably because I use a stamp press. But with the stamp press, you could really get it exact. And, okay, so let me see where I found my thing to scan. Oh, so here's an editor's pick. Arise Beautiful and Illustrated Scripture Devotional with space for coloring, journaling, creative reflection, and prayer. So if you don't want to make your book, you can buy this book. Isn't that pretty? That's nice. Okay, so here is what I found. The free printable mixed media postcards. Sign up to receive inspirational emails from the makers of Somerset Studio and you'll receive this exclusive free gift. Scan here to sign up, which that's what I did. I scanned and it worked. And I'll show you the printables I printed. Stampington.com/email-sign up. SIGNUP. Okay, so you can print these. And then, like, you can subscribe. A year is $63.97. 2 years, $114.97. It seems like one magazine it's somewhere around $17, $18. Okay, so this is the end of it. And I think they deliver around the world. I could be wrong, but I think they do. Coming up in our spring 2025 issue. So that would be the now issue. So if you wanted this current issue, I bet you would it be current. It wouldn't be ordering a back issue, so you might not have to pay for shipping. I'm not sure because like I said, I've only ordered one, but I know the back issues you have to pay for shipping. The pre-orders you do not. I'm not sure about current orders. I don't know. Sorry, I apologize for not knowing that. I should have paid more attention. So then you've got some cool, like, relevant, okay, see, here's their other magazines. There's the Art Journaling, Bella Grace Field Guide. All of them look interesting and fantastic. Willow and Sage in her studio looks really cool. It's like in artist studios. The cozy issue, the soap making issue, in her garden, Bella Amore jewelry, art quilting studio. So yeah, it's very cool. And when you get your magazine, it looks like you kind of get a preview into what's coming, like in the cozy issue and Bella Grace. And then, yeah, you can definitely check it out online. But, okay, I'm going to show you. I printed it in black and white because I just didn't know. How cute is she? So I printed it in black and white. And they're postcards, so it printed double-sided. So I did these in black and white. And the first ones come up single. The next round come up double. And yes, they print, just put your printer on double-sided, but you might want to have thicker cardstock. So what I did was, I did this on, we have just a laser printer in the office. And I did that just to see which ones I wanted. And then of course I had technical difficulties, but I mean, I'm more artsy-craftsy than I am techie. So it was very simple to do these. My printer started to jam. So all I'm going to have to do is put these on my paper trimmer and trim them out. How cool are these? Like, she is so cool. That is so pretty. And these are free just for joining their email list. And there's more than just what I'm showing you. I actually printed this one for just this. But when she printed out, she's very pretty. I love her lips. Printed this one. For some reason, I got this one. For some reason, I got some of them twice. So I got that twice. Printed this, and isn't that pretty? That bird, and then what do we have going on here? So some of them jammed, and I only got the postcard part. But I'm using like 69-pound paper, 70-pound paper. And this was the one I really wanted, this little girl. And then there's one where did I show it? I don't know if I got it printed off. She's holding a heart. She's so stinking cute, and she's holding a heart, and I don't think I got that one printed. But I'm a mess when it comes to technology. So this I love. This I'm not that crazy about, but I do love that paper right there. And I do love the background. And then for some reason on the printer, my color printer, this thing printed like this instead of like this, instead of this size, postcard size. Look at that. That's so crazy. So something in my settings is off. But I was doing it with my phone. So I need to print this girl out because she was my favorite. But yeah, so you can get these freebies, and if you could even use these as backgrounds. Like, even if you're like, oh, I'm not crazy about that, you could just use them as backgrounds for stuff. Just kind of stick them on there. Use them in collage, whatever. But I thought that was kind of cool. I thought you guys might want to see that. And I will be playing around more with my art journal and come back and show you what I've made in a few days. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.